Tradition!
Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Jason Sarney here with PhinManiacs.com, and it's time for the All-22 Coaches Breakdown. We'll do it with our quarterback, birthday boy quarterback, celebrating a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to you, Jay Fiedler. How are you?
Thank you. Yeah, 29 feels pretty good right now.
29. We're the same age. Isn't that fantastic? So what we're going to do right now is a fun...
I wish I was 29 right now. Be back out on the field.
So do I. We'd have a major quarterback controversy in Miami. But if that was the case, wow, would that be fun having you back slinging it. But happy birthday to you, sir. And in this potential episode, or this upcoming episode, rather, we are going to be looking at some differentiations between Tua. You noticed something right off the bat. Literally the first play that no one noticed, you'll go into that, and literally Tua playing way too safe, not taking any risk whatsoever. So obviously it led to what you'll tell us why the reasons were for a quarterback change. So let's take it to the very first Miami Dolphins offensive play.
Well, look, I think before we just get into the plays, let's just talk about mindset and what, is going through Tua's head, what's going through the coaches' heads. Tua's had success so far. He's winning games. He's going out there and he's doing it without having to, make, big plays. Part of it has been, their playmakers haven't been, out on the field a whole lot. Part of it, has been, a somewhat conservative nature, in the game planning. And part of it has been Tua himself. We've shown some missed opportunities down the field in previous games, but again, they haven't had to make those plays very often because the defense has come up with big turnovers, with scores. They've gone, they've played the game, from a lead most of the time with Tua in there because they've had some fast starts on offense and on defense. In most of the games. All right. Now, you get into the Kansas City game, you get into this game, and you fall behind early. You don't have to, all of a sudden, pull the trigger and go deep every play, for that. But at some point, you got to extend the offense a little bit more, and you got to make those intermediate throws. You got to make those throws downfield. You can't take every throw and make it a 5-yard throw. At some point Tua's got to, start anticipating and seeing some of the open guys down the field and just pulling the trigger on it. We're going to go through some of those missed opportunities right now. You mentioned it, the first play of the game. If you pulled it up right here. First thing I noticed right off the bat, Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders had 10 men on the field. Okay, so if I'm a quarterback, I'm salivating right now. We just dialed up a play. We got first play of the game. We dialed up a play to push the ball downfield, and the Raiders come out with only 10 guys. Okay, and even with 10 guys now, we got to play a downfield play, even if it's not there. Okay, you got to see where their void is and take advantage of it with your dump down. All right, so let's just count them up. You got a corner here, safety, corner. All right, that's 4 right there. You got 4 down linemen, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8, and you only got 2 linebackers out here. All right, they got a linebacker missing right over here on the right side. Okay, and the play that is called is a sail route. Okay, you got a sail route over here. Okay, they're going to motion. They're going to motion over to this side. Okay, run a go route. You got a post route on the backside right here, going down the middle of the field on cover 2, and then you got a couple guys coming off. You got Gesicki and Gaskin coming off the protection. And they're just outlet, dump down throws. Okay, so if I just go forward now, let's just show what happens. All right, as we get into the snap. All right, you'll see the cover 2, and let me just stop it right here. Okay, it's cover 2. 2 has got a clean pocket. Okay, he ends up getting pushed a little bit to his right side with some pressure coming off his right side, but it's a clean pocket. He's got an area to set his feet and throw. Okay, right now, middle of the field, wide open. He's got Lynn Bowden running down the middle of the field. He's even with the linebacker right now. Pull the trigger. All right, throw it. Get him down there. Okay, that's a big play right off the bat that you have an opportunity possibly to get a score on this. All right, at worst, you're pushing the ball, getting it down the middle of the field. Okay, all right, so maybe he sees, this safety over here in position to come over. All right, you got to keep it front side. All right, if you didn't notice that the void was out here with only 10 players on the field, okay, it's still a play that everyone is coming to the front side. So keep your eyes front side. Okay, you got a sail route over here with a clear route go on the boundary. Okay, you got an opportunity right here to hit. I think that's Hollins coming out on an out route. Okay, maybe you don't like it because you feel this corner may peel off. Okay, which is very valid point right there. Okay, a lot of defenses do. They'll carry and then peel off. All right, that's a tough throw. You had to drive it to him right here in the alley. Okay, you can't really throw him to the sideline because this guy is sitting here. All right, and maybe you don't like this throw here. Okay, all right, you got to recognize that they had a void over here from the 10, from 10 men on the field. All right, dump it right down. He's still clean in the pocket. Okay, his read is all front side, and I don't know where his eyes were. Okay, once he got pushed out to out to the right side by the by the pressure of the line. Okay, so dump it over here. A lot of green grass. Give it to Gaskin. He's your best runner with the with the ball in his hands right now. Okay, at worst he's getting 8-9 yards on this play. Okay, missed opportunities there, but get a positive play. Okay, doesn't make a mistake. Doesn't do anything bad. All right, give it off to Gesicki, Smythe over there, and 2-yard gain. Okay, positive play, yes. All right, could have been a much bigger play if he recognized what was there. Okay, right now, pull the trigger. Lynn Bowden down the middle of the field. This linebacker is not in any position to get back there and cover it. Okay, that's a big missed opportunity. First play of the game, right there.
Unbelievable. Everybody misses. We're talking the Dolphins, Tua, the Raiders, the refs, the fans. I didn't see anybody really on the socials. And now, it's like 15 years since the game in the social media world. It's amazing that no one really picked up on 10 men on the field first play of the game.
I can't believe it either. I guess I'm the only one who sees that stuff.
Hey, that's your value.
But that was the first thing I noticed when first play of the game. I'm watching. That's the first thing I noticed right off the bat. And if you just recognize fronts and coverages, you could see those voids, and that's something that Tua's got to recognize and see, and whoever's under these centers got to see that.
And you know what? He last week, you pointed out that, hey, 59. It's not like he doesn't, but this happened to have been an inconsistency in that, I guess, headiness. And first play of the game, kind of tone setting or missed opportunity for a tone set.
Yep. No, absolutely. Okay. And we're just going to fast forward a couple other missed opportunities in this game. Okay. All right. We're just going to go ahead, and this is next drive. Okay, and they drove the ball down the field, and I know Chan talked about it this week that their offense, they want to get the 10, 12, 14 play drives going. Okay, and the only way to do that is mistake-free football. Okay, you can't take a sack and keep drives alive. You can't make penalties and keep those drives alive. It makes it very tough to extend, and get those long, 10, 12, 14 play drives when you have penalties, when you have mistakes, when you have no yard, runs or passes, when you have negative runs or negative passes. Any negative play makes it very difficult. Okay, they actually converted a 4th down right before this, was a great play by Tua. Seeing that everyone was covered up, scrambling out to the right side, getting the 1st down. They had the penalty added on top of that, and now they're down at the 27-yard line, down 7 points, driving down the field. They're in good position right now. Okay, it's 1st down. Okay, and one of the old adages in quarterback room is you can never go broke taking a profit. Okay, and what that means is, all right, if you got someone open, the defense gives it to you. Okay, take them, take the positive yards. Okay, but sometimes there's an opportunity, all right, in the stock market to get an easy, you could either, get a dividend stock that pays a couple cents, every few months, or you could buy Amazon and get, a 60% return every year. Okay, right here, you got Amazon down the field over here, and you got a dividend stock, right in, right in front of you. Okay, you're still going to get a profit over here. Okay, with the utility, and all right, he ends up throwing it to him. Okay, Bowden makes the guy miss, gets a positive 6-yard play. Okay, but look here, all right, you got a clean edge, all right, on the boot. This is where Tua feels most comfortable. We've been talking about it for weeks. Okay, he feels most comfortable booting out to his left, running to his left. He makes great throws. He's accurate with his throws when he's on the run going to his left. Okay, the difficult thing is getting a clean edge because everyone else knows it. Okay, here they got it. They got a clean edge, no pressure up the field. All right, nothing in his face. All right, this is when you could look down the field. This is when you have the opportunities to get those 2nd-level throws on the bootlegs. And here you are. You got your number 1 playmaker on the field, Mike Gesicki, running an out route against a safety, and he's got him beat. Okay, he's got 2 yards right here with 20 yards to the sideline. All right, plenty of time to make that throw, plenty of room. Okay, if you can't make this throw right here, you don't belong in the NFL. All right. Wow. But instead of taking that, like I said, he takes the profit. He gets rid of the ball quickly. He gets out. All right, they're playing with tempo. Okay, so he wants to continue playing with tempo and get the ball out, move the ball down the field, keep it going. Okay, but that's a missed opportunity to get the ball down 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line at worst. Okay, and if he breaks this tackle, potential, score. All right, what ends up happening? Okay, dumps it in the flat. Bowden makes a nice move, picks up 6 yards. Okay, and then 3 plays later, they're kicking a field goal. Okay, now there's no guarantee they wouldn't have gotten a field goal if he threw it to Gesicki and they got, down to the 15-yard line. But, okay, plenty of room here when you have these opportunities to make those 2nd-level throws and make the big plays down the field. Okay, those are the ones that you got to take, and those are the ones that Fitz has been taking that, is allowing them, to get those more explosive plays.
This conservative aspect, you can't fault, but, it's almost like the poker mindset. You can't lose what you don't put in the middle, but you don't win much either. And Jay, offline, you got to explain to me the stock stuff and what a derivative is. I don't know what a derivative is, but next time.
Dividend.
No, I know dividend, but derivative I always hear all the time. But we'll talk stocks later. But I'm not a financial.
That's all right. I'll hook you up with one of my Wall Street buddies who works in derivatives. He'll explain it to you.
Works for me. Let's stick back to football.
Sounds good. All right, here we go. All right, now it's 3rd and 5. Okay. Now this is a play that was, a lot of people were critical of here. Okay, you got Gaskin over here out here on an empty set. Gaskin ends up running a spot route at about 4 yards on 3rd and 5. Okay, Tua ends up throwing him the ball, but he's short of the first down. All right. They end up getting the fake punt on the next play, a huge play with Fedulum. Okay, but all right, these are opportunities right here, and what you're going to see is another opportunity for Gesicki, all right, out on the sideline on an out route. Okay, they play cover 2. All right, 2 is looking over here. You got a little spot route underneath. Okay, now this spot route ends up pulling the corner way to the inside. Okay, and once Gesicki makes his break right there, all right, that's a window, all right, and a big opportunity when you got 6'6", 6'7" running to the outside against the safety coming downhill. If you put that ball up and out, all right, away from this guy, there's no way this guy's making a play. Okay, so you could drive this ball right up over the top corner, ends up, squeezing. All right, that's an opportunity to hit that second level. All right, and we talked about it on Monday how those corners, all right, were really in no man's land. They were kind of letting that second level go, whether it was the whole shot on the outside or these corner routes, coming from the slot position. All right, 3rd and 5, you want to make sure you get that first down. Okay, so Tua's got an opportunity to hit this. He takes the profit once again. All right, drops it underneath the Gaskin. Maybe Gaskin, makes the defender miss. All right, but ball's a little bit outside. He's got to dive for it. Okay, loses the opportunity for the first down. Now you get 4th down. Okay, and without that fake punt, all right, this is a 5-6 play drive, and they're out instead of continuing on, and they end up getting a 8, 9, 10 play drive and kick the field goal, before halftime on that.
You can't
another opportunity to pull the trigger down the field that Tua just did not want to take. Okay, and just kept playing conservative all game long. Okay, we're just going to go one more missed opportunity here. Okay, before we move forward a little bit. Okay, and this is first play of the second half. Okay, so you had, all right, Chan dialed up a downfield play, first play of the game. Okay, and then he comes back with another downfield play, first play of the second half. All right, coming out of the locker room. All right, and here we go. We got man-to-man now. Okay, safety goes back to the middle of the field. You got man-to-man. You got a little bit of pressure coming underneath. All right, but the offensive line does a nice job with a clean pocket. Okay, clean pocket right here. All right, now you got a guy down the middle of the field. Don't like him because you got a safety in the middle. Okay, but you got press coverage on a high corner. All right, over here. All right, that's a throw that NFL guys, all right, that's open. Okay, and we heard a lot of commentators talk about it. Kurt Warner, talked about it in the game. Knowing the difference between Alabama open and NFL open. Okay, that's open right now. Okay, he's got a shoulder ahead on a defender going to the corner with no one there to help out. Safety's not going to be able to come over and make this play. Okay, that's an opportunity right there. Now, maybe you don't have, a whole lot of trust in Matt Collins. All right, he hasn't made, a lot of those big plays down the field sometimes. Okay, so, all right, maybe you think he's a little bit more covered than he is. All right, you come off him. All right, if you know it's man-to-man, all right, with nothing underneath. All right, what do you got here on the backside? Isaiah Ford on a dig route with a clean underneath area, nothing there. Okay, Tua feels the pressure, dumps it off, all right, to the nice easy throw, 5-yard gain, and move the ball downfield. Again, you take the profit. Okay, like I said before, you can't go broke taking the profit. All right, but you got big chunks right here, and big opportunities to make plays. And there's been a lot of criticism, that you've heard, that I've heard, out in the Twitter land, that Chan Gailey is not giving them opportunities to throw the ball downfield. I just showed you a few opportunities right here where it's there. Okay, there are opportunities. There are plays that are being called for Tua to get the ball downfield and he's just not pulling the trigger right now.
Yeah, I'm really glad you're pointing this out because, you see the Twitter world and, it is what it is. It's the Twitter world, so nothing's definitive one way or the other. But you're absolutely right. There's been some, unnecessary criticism for Chan Gailey. He's calling these plays, and you are exactly pointing it out. And you know what? A guy like a Fitzpatrick, for those two last throws, the Gesicki throw and right now in this throw, there is an opportunity to do a throw with two possible outcomes, a complete pass or not an interception, an incomplete pass, either out of bounds, over or ahead. So your risk is very minimal. A 16-year veteran, coaches know that he knows that.
Correct. Exactly. And again, if you want to take this offense to the next level where you're scoring more than 16, 20 points a game and maybe getting up to the 30-point, category without, help from the defense, those are the plays you got to make. You got to make those chunk plays. You got to push the ball downfield. Now, again, okay, you also got to play complementary football. Your defense is the best in the league right now, okay? You cannot make those mistakes. You can't try and make these plays down the field if it's not there, okay, and force them. But when those plays are there, like you've seen in these few examples, all right, that's when you got to pull the trigger and you got to make these plays.
No question. I mean, it's nice to have. It's phenomenal to have the best defense in the league, but it's like having a Cy Young Award winner when your offense is giving you 2 runs a game. Give them 9 runs a game, and there you go.
Yeah, well, exactly. And look, your defense isn't going to be there every single game, to win the game for you. They played well against the Raiders here. They held them to in the 20s, held them to 22 points, I think, or 25 points. And a lot of that was late in the game again. But the only way that they rallied to come back was because Fitz was able to get the ball downfield and make those chunk plays and get instead of a 8-minute drive, he was able to get them down the field in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and put them in position to win. Okay, just going to go through a couple plays now. Okay, where this is actually a play that came up twice. Okay. Out of different formation, okay, but I'm just gonna show you here what happens. All right, they're gonna motion outside player, all right, back in here, okay, and it's gonna be what we call a curl seam, okay. So you got curl on the outside with a flat route underneath, okay, and then a seam route right down the middle of the field. Okay, now when you look at this, okay, versus this is a great play, all right, to hit this curl route versus a cover 4 defense, all right, when they're playing quarters defense, because what happens, the seam route takes this safety out of the play. Okay, he's got to go back and cover the seam. All right, now you got a curl flat against one flat defender. Okay, this guy's got to be wary of deep quarter, so he's playing over the top. Okay, and you got one player trying to cover 2, a flat and a curl over here on the outside. Okay, now this is a play right here. All right, Tua does an excellent job. Okay, but these are the types of plays that he's seeing well. Okay, when he sees the hole and he sees the player sitting in the hole, he's seeing that. All right, when he has to anticipate a guy getting to a hole, it's not as clear for him right now. Okay, so we're just going to show you an example of what I mean. This is, all right, curl seam. All right, you'll see Ford come in. All right, go back out in motion. Okay, he's running the seam. You got a flat window right here. Tua pulls the trigger, all right, and hits Grant right in the window. Okay, great job. He anticipates that. He sees the window. Whoops. Sorry, let me just go back real quick. Okay, I'm going to go forward here. All right, window's right there. Okay, between these 2 defenders. Okay, he sees the window. He's got the pocket. He's right on time. He pulls the trigger. All right, right now when Grant's breaking down, he's getting set to throw. Okay, and the ball's out of his hands. All right, right as Grant is turning his head back down to the quarterback. This is an excellent job right here, seeing the window, feeling it, anticipating him right in the hole, coming back through the window, and getting the ball on him, pushing the ball downfield. This might have been his farthest throw downfield, in the whole game. Nice 13-yard gain. Forward into the second quarter. All right, and they're going to have the same exact play dialed up. All right, they're going to be out of a different formation. Okay, but now the Raiders are going to show a different coverage. Okay, so you're going to see here down on the bottom side, okay, you got Gesicki running down the seam. You got the curl here on the outside and the flat coming from, I think that's Smythe, on the flat. Okay, and Smythe ends up who he throws to. Okay, so now you got the same exact play, different coverage. Okay, so now when you got a cover 2 safety, your first read has got to be down the seam. Okay, the seam isn't a player that's taking someone out. All right, versus cover 4. Your seam is a complimentary guy. He's helping open the play up. Versus cover 2, he's your viable guy. He's your number 1 read. And now when we dial up, you got Gesicki running down the middle of the field. Okay. Once this guy sits right here, all right, there's a window open between the linebacker and the outside linebacker, right in there. Okay. He's set. He's ready to make a throw. That's a window, all right, that you got to anticipate your guy running through. This safety is way out of it. There's no way he's making a play, all right, and he's running down the seam, all right, and Tua's got to make these throws right here. Okay, he's got to see him, and he's got to pull the trigger and make them. That's your number 1 playmaker out on the field right here, Mike Gesicki. Okay, a potential Pro Bowl, tight end player, and he's the guy. When he's open down the middle of the field, you got to throw it to him. Okay, once again, it comes off it, takes the easy throw, takes what the defense gives him. All right, hits Smythe out in the corner, out in the flat, and a good 5-yard gain. All right, he got a profit. He kept moving the ball down the field. Okay, but another missed opportunity right there. Okay, and let's just move forward one more time. Fourth quarter, and I'm going to show you these because I want to show the difference between Tua and when Fitz comes into the game. Okay, another opportunity right here, and I think this is the play right here that coaches made the decision, to make that move. Okay, here it is, 2nd and 9. This is Tua's second to last play. All right, and there. Again, the Raiders end up getting into cover 2, and you got Mike Gesicki running right down the seam. Okay, wide open. Let's just stop it right here. Okay, again, you got a little spot route under, and Gesicki running down the seam. Okay, and as soon as he clears this linebacker right here, that window is wide open. He's looking for it. Okay, Tua's got his eyes there. This linebacker's in no position to come over and stop that throw down the seam right here. Okay, that's a throw that he's got to pull the trigger on. Okay, 2nd and 9. You got the ball. You got a chance to make a big play, push the ball downfield, get the ball to the midfield, and I don't know what He just didn't see it, whether the guys were in front of him, in the pocket, and he just didn't see the hole. He looks off, he looks back over there, and then this pressure right here, okay, bunched in his vision, may have taken him off. And he just didn't see it or didn't anticipate it, but those are the things you have to anticipate. You have to know, and you got to see that. You got to know where that window is and be able – instead of escaping the pocket out there, okay, find your window by just setting up, back up in the pocket so you can see this window right in here, okay? Instead, he pulls off. He tries to escape out, okay, out there and right into pressure. Big sack. Okay, opportunity to get the ball down the middle of the field to Gesicki turns into a 9-yard loss, 3rd and 18.
It's coming to the point where it's not so bad, but the potential positives missed are becoming what's bad.
Yeah, and look, and he made some, you know, there were plays out there that he made good throws, right? That you know, were big opportunities for him. He had Grant on a crossing route early in the game against man-to-man coverage. He put the ball right on him, you know, perfect position. It's a, you know, a short, quick throw, and that was a throw he was supposed to make. The nice underneath throw, quick, get it out of his hands, get it into your speedster's hands. What happens? Grant ends up bobbling the football, allows the defender to catch up to him, and turns what, you know, could have been a 20, 30-yard gain up the sideline into a 5-yard gain, you know, getting tackled. Okay, you also had to play, you know, a little bit of a low throw, but play action play down the middle of the field to Mac Hollins. You know, pulled the trigger, got the ball downfield, pushed the ball downfield. Could have been up higher, all right, but Hollins got to go down and make that catch as well. Okay, so those were two opportunities that Tua made the play, but you know, and could have been, you know, big down the field opportunities and throws. Okay, but you know, his guys didn't help him either. Okay, and then so what I'm going to do here is we just saw, you know, his last passing play, his last play, you know, that he missed and had the sack, and now we're just going to fast forward to Fitzy, okay, and just show the difference when Gesicki goes down the seam. Okay, so you saw opportunities that Chan Gailey dialed up, you know, plays for Gesicki to go down the seam and cover 2. Okay, and here it is. Fitzy's in his 3rd or 4th play, and all right, here you got him running down the field. Once he's even with this linebacker, okay, he's open. Okay, this is wide open here. These safeties aren't making a play. You got 6, 7 running down the middle of the field. Throw the ball high. Let him make a play. Okay, all right. Fitz actually missed this one. This is the first one. He sees the opportunity. This guy actually levels off. Okay, so it makes it an even easier throw, and he gets the ball just out in front, out ahead of Gesicki. I missed throw here. Okay, but I want you to see the point that you know, Fitzy pulls the trigger on it. 1, 2, 3, sees it, gets it out. Okay,
a little bit more
go back over here, and if you go back over here and see, right to 1, 2, 3, he's making a decision to throw right now. He's cocking his arm, right here. Okay, so Fitz's arm is cocked. He's, you know, setting up to make this throw. Okay, and you know, it doesn't look like he's open. Looks like the guy's on him. All right, but he's running into the window. What's Fitzy's looking at? He's not looking at the receiver right now. He's looking at the window ahead. And I think that's where Tua's got to get his eyes to now. Okay, he can't just look into a window that a guy's coming down into. He's got to look at the window that a guy's traveling into, that he's traveling to be able to see it and pull the trigger and have trust that his guy is going to get there. Have trust that Gesicki is going to win this 6'7" against a 6'2" linebacker. Okay, and let's just go forward. One more play. A couple plays later, they come back to it. Okay, Gesicki coming from the left side now, and this is the big play right here that pushed him down inside the 5-yard line. You know, huge play, and once again, they end up rolling back to cover 2. Okay, and this is a play we showed on Monday, where Fitzy looked to the outside, held this safety on the outside, and knew he was just coming back, and throwing the ball high, expecting that Gesicki's winning against this middle linebacker. He's got 5 inches, and he knows where he's going to get the ball. This linebacker is turning his back to it, can't see the ball coming. Okay, and let's just fast forward once again. Right now, all right, again, Fitzy's just about to release the ball right now. Okay, Gesicki still hasn't even gotten even with this linebacker. Okay, so this is the window right now that Fitzy's seeing. Okay, he's not looking at his receiver and the defender on him. He's looking at the window that his receiver's going to, and he's throwing him open into that window. Okay, and great throw, high ball over the linebacker. No way that linebacker can make that play. All right, trailing him, and you can see it even better on the end zone camera.
The look off was basically the formality. He knew he was going to throw it and just went through his progression to look off, throw, trust the receiver.
The look off was to make sure he's holding this safety right here. Okay, because this is the one safety that can make a play. If he stays inside, he stays in over the top of him, he's making a play on this. All right, so he looks off to hold this safety to the outside, make him think that you might throw this whole shot. Okay, but he knows he's got Gesicki down the middle of the field, and again pulls the trigger. All right, ball's out of his hands right now. Gesicki's just starting to look back for it. Okay, and the linebacker on him, but not really covering him. He can't see the ball coming at him. All right, Gesicki sees it, goes up over the top of him, makes a great catch, and there they are on inside the 5-yard line. Chance to go in for I think this was the game tying touchdown.
Yep.
That put him ahead by 1 because of the missed extra point.
Correct.
Right? So you see the differences. All right. Plays were called for Tua, Gesicki down the middle of the field a couple times, didn't pull the trigger. All right. Why do they go to Fitz? Because they know Fitz can see that and pull the trigger and get the ball downfield and push the ball downfield. And when they need to get big chunk yardage to come back against the Raiders and drive the ball down the field in 6 or 8 plays rather than 10 to 12 plays, okay, you're going to go to your gunslinger that can see things, anticipate it, been in that situation before, knows what he needs, and knows, where his matchups are and where, to anticipate those holes in the defense.
And I got to tell you, last show on Monday, you brought up what Fitz was doing probably on his tablet. And that's exactly, maybe, I'd like to think, what he was looking at in the first, second, and third quarters. All right, Gesicki's on the seam. I just got to throw it when he's even or maybe a step behind. So it's really terrific to see you point out that it's not a horrible thing here. It's good play calling. It's giving opportunities for playmakers, but it's just really maybe experience.
Yeah, it is. It's a matter of him, and it was a great quote. I'll say it again. It was a great quote by Kurt Warner talking about the difference between Alabama Open and NFL Open. Okay, and that's that next level that Tua's got to see. Okay, he's got to understand, where the windows are in the defense. Okay, and it's not about, going through your progression of looking at one receiver, then looking at the next receiver and looking at the next receiver. Your progression in the NFL is progressing through seeing your windows. All right, where's your window of opportunity? Is that open? Okay, is my guy running into that window? I got to pull the trigger now. Okay, if that's not there, okay, they close that window up. I got to look to the next window in the defense. Okay, and I don't want to look at my receiver because if I look at my receiver, he might look covered. Okay, even though he's going to climb into that next window. And I think, everyone loves, how Tua, moves his eyes from, progression to progression. Okay, but, I got a question right now whether he's moving his eyes from offensive, target number 1 to offensive target number 2 to target number 3, or if he's moving his eyes from defensive window number 1 to defensive window number 2 and trusting that his guys are going to get there. And, if he's not doing that, that's that next, level of development that we need to see from Tua.
And to me, hearing this, from a pro as me, a Joe, this is good problem to have, because you have the guy who could do it. You have the guy who's going to learn through these progressions and process. And hey, to be honest with you, Jay, I think you might agree. 10-5, year 2 of a rebuild, rookie quarterback with an entire future ahead of him with weapons to come. How bad is this?
Not bad at all.
Exactly.
hey, look, they're winning games. They're out there. They're winning games. They're doing it right now with the personnel that they have. Okay, and we've talked about it for weeks. They don't have the downfield playmakers. Okay, so their offense has been relegated to making those 12, 15 play drives. Okay, grinding it out with the run, coming off with the play action, a little RPO, getting that 5-6 yard throw. Okay, getting positive plays on every single play, and that's how you grind out a 14 play drive. Okay, but again, if your defense doesn't get the turnover, all right, if your defense doesn't put you in positive field position, if your defense doesn't get a score, all right, then your offense has to eventually get those chunk plays downfield. Okay, because you can't keep up with another, especially when you get into the playoffs. All right, everyone's got a good offense in the playoffs. Okay, so everyone's got an opportunity to score. And look, if your defense gets an early score and you get a nice long drive early in the game, you go up 2 scores. You could play that way. You could play, taking everything underneath that the defense gives you. You don't make a mistake. You don't want to give up a turnover that's going to put you back into playing from behind or playing from even. Okay, if you could play with the lead, you could play like that all day long. Okay, keep taking that dividend stock and take the profit. Okay, but if you start playing from behind, okay, and you're getting from behind like they were in the Raiders game, okay, you got to get some of those chunk plays on offense if your defense isn't turning the ball over and giving you a positive field position. Turn it over, getting the score, getting the score on special teams. Okay, when your offense has to make those plays and score, you got to get those big chunks. You got to anticipate those throws downfield, and you got to pull the trigger and make it.
100%. It seems very clear now. This was a very good episode of clarity, I think, for fans who are wondering what's going on in the offensive coordinators and coaches to quarterback on the field mindset. So, Jay, this is the last show of the year. We're going on into a new year. We're going on into week 17 against the Bills, and it's the birthday week. So I really want to wish you a very happy celebration, a good rest of your week heading on into Buffalo. Any quick little Buffalo tidbits? It is Buffalo week. You got to have fun.
Boy, Buffalo is playing good right now.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Okay, they are. I look at them and they may be the team to beat in the AFC. Kansas City's playing well. They're the defending champs. They're 14-1, and they haven't given up their crown. Right? But you look at this Buffalo team; they are a tough team, and it's going to be a difficult game this week going up to Buffalo. Playing against them. Right now Buffalo's got the division clinch. You don't know who's playing. They may play some of their backups. So it might not be the full team. The 100% Buffalo Bill team that you're playing against. Okay, so that could be an advantage for Miami going into this game in a must-win situation. But boy, Buffalo is looking good right now.
They are, but so are the Dolphins and that defense. So hopefully the next time we're talking, we're going to be discussing about a playoff matchup. So I wish you a happy and a healthy New Year, Jay. Appreciate everything you do for the show. And, of course, Dolphin Nation and all the memories that you provided to us. We will be back strong in 2021. So happy and a healthy New Year to everyone. And for all the PhinManiacs fans out there, fins up. We'll see you next year. Take care, everybody.